Thanks for tuning in to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. This is your host, Mikaela Filar, where we are here to skyrocket your self-worth, heal your shit, and take your power back. Welcome to the chat. Hi guys, welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. It's your host, Mikaela Filar. I am excited about today's episode because I've been talking about wanting to do it for a few weeks now, and I have been putting it off because other things come up, but today is the day. So today we're going to be chatting about why it's important to control your thoughts. But before we get into that, I want to remind you that today this is coming out on Tuesday, the 15th. So on Thursday, the 17th of August, I will be holding another quantum leaping over obstacles class. So what that is, it's going to be this Thursday, the 17th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What that means, what that is, it's an opportunity for you to kind of just dip your toes in my world, and it's super cheap. It's only $30. You get to answer or get to ask me one of two questions. So you can either ask me what is like a specific question that you have that you would like for me to intuitively channel for you, or you can ask me what an obstacle is that is keeping you back from whatever it is that you are desiring in this life currently. So they're super fun to do. I haven't done one in like a week or two, so it is time. I'm excited about it. And also, exciting things, it's the middle of the month, so I am starting to think about opening up spaces for mentorship for September. Cannot believe it's already September. But yes, so I'm going to be opening 3 more spots for mentorship. And what this is really just healing your shit, getting to the root cause of what is going on inside of you. What if you're holding on to negative energy, if you're holding on to anything that is no longer serving your highest good, we're going to get you connected to your highest frequency version of you. We are going to map out a plan and figure out like what it is that your soul is here on earth to do. And it's so far I've had 3 mentorship students that I've been working with for about a month and a half now, and it has been so amazing. And all 3 of them have given me incredible testimonials. So if you are interested in watching those, just follow me on Instagram at Kayla Cakes, and you will be seeing those quite frequently because I just love sharing them. And if you are not ready to go into the deep end of the pool and do mentorship, I do offer one-on-one sessions just individually. So if that's something that you're interested in, then of course, let me know. I will have the link for that for you in my show notes. Okay, let's get into this episode. I am so excited about it. As I said 5 times before. Why is it important to control your thoughts? You guys, your thoughts control your life. So if you control your thoughts, you control your life. But if you have no control over your thoughts, then your life is going to be this like chaotic mess, and you're going to be like running around. You know, like when immediately my brain goes to SpongeBob, and like when it goes into his brain and he's got like the file cabinets everywhere, and like he's got the secretaries in each desk with all their file cabinets, and then there's this like one episode where everything's on fire and all the papers are everywhere, and he's like out of control, and his life isn't like, it's crazy and nobody can find what he's looking for and he's just losing it. Okay, so that's what I think of when I think of like I can't control my thoughts, or like I'm not in control of my thoughts currently. And then like that's what I think is going on in my brain, because that's what it freaking feels like. But anyways, I digress. So the way that you think influences your emotions, and of course your emotions influence the way that you act. So I mean, an example being like when you're really pissed off at something, and you're like, you can't get it out of your head. It's just like going on this repeat cycle of just like what happened. And you're just really freaking pissed off. And instead of like pulling yourself out of it and like maybe journaling about it or meditating on it, or, you get really angry and you let that anger take over you. And then out of that anger, you go do something really stupid. So that is an extreme example. Another example could be today I went on a run and I realized that like my legs started to slow down. And I'm like, like like, yeah, I'm tired. Like I haven't gone running for a while, so it was definitely different. I've just been like lifting, but today I just really wanted to like clear my head and get outside. And so I decided to take a run and I noticed my legs were getting tired. And what happened is that I was like mentally, I thought to myself, my body is like way more capable than this, and I just need to pick my legs up and pick my knees up and like lean forward a little bit and correct my form and keep fucking going. And that's exactly what I did. But had I like in that moment listened to that voice inside of my head that's like, oh, like you're tired, your legs are slowing down, like that means that you're tired and you should like walk. Um, then that like it controlled my thought, controlled my action, my emotion and my action, because in that emotion, I was like motivated. I was like, oh no, like I'm going, like let's go. So just another example of like how your thoughts literally control everything. So what you think of, you attract more of. So, I mean, I've also given so many examples of this. Like, the more positive you are, the more positive you see life, the more of a positive, like, outlook you have on your life or on things outside of your, just in general, the better, like, the more positivity you're going to attract into you, because we are like a magnet. And whatever energy that we are putting out into the world is the energy that we are going to get back. The world is a giant reflection of what you believe about yourself and like how you feel on the inside. And it's pretty crazy when you start to like realize this, like, oh, why am I attracting certain types of people into my life? Or why am I attracting things to continuously happen to me over and over again that I don't like? Or on the other end of it, that you do like. So what I'm saying here is thinking more positively is going to, in exchange, have your life be more positive. You're going to attract more positive things. You're going to see the bright side of things, to see the silver lining. And then if you're just constantly focused on the negative, on the other side of things, like you're just going to attract more negative into your life, and it's going to be harder for you to see the silver lining, to see the positive things on it. So, strategy for reframing negative thoughts is to identify those negative thoughts. So, like, if you are currently catching yourself in this like scarcity or a lack mindset, or just like constantly putting yourself down or thinking only negative thoughts about your life currently, like you want to stop those thoughts in their tracks and like reframe those. So notice those specific negative thoughts that like happen in different situations, and it might be just a certain situation, and you realize like that thought is not serving your highest good, and you take that thought and you reframe it. You challenge it. So like question the validity of it. Question if it's valid. Question if it's like accurate. Like, why are you thinking that way? So let's, like, for example, if we're talking about self-worth, like, and the question of like, I don't believe like that I am enough or that I am worthy of love. If that is a constant thing, that is a thought that is in your subconscious, and that's something that you need to catch when you're like catching yourself think that, like you catch it and then you challenge it and you reframe it. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and it's something that I have been working on for quite some time now myself, and I still slip up. I still have moments in my life where I'm questioning my self-worth, and that's just normal. Like, in my opinion, I think that everyone is human, obviously, and like, well, but everyone is human, and like we all have those moments of like needing to rewire some negative thoughts. Like, nobody's perfect, is what I'm saying. So I do still struggle with this sometimes. Like, it's not as often as it used to be, but it does happen. It does come up, and I do have to rewire those negative thoughts when they do come up. So, but it's so important to like keep a mental note of like what thoughts are coming up, to challenge those thoughts, look for evidence that supports or contradicts those thoughts that you're having. Consider alternative explanations or perspectives on these negative thoughts. So just take your negative thought and prove to yourself in your head, like, why you are enough. Like, challenge it and make yourself believe that positive thought. And then when that negative thought does come up again and again, if that keeps and continues to happen, you now have a reframe of it, and you have to continuously be like, no, I am enough because XYZ, right? And whatever those reasons are for you is what you're using to like reframe that negative thought. Focus on positive aspects of things, strengths, or potential solutions that could arise from this like given situation, whatever it may be. Also, cognitive reconstructing. So identify any like distortions, anything that's like not correct, like not benefiting you, not serving your highest good. So like all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization or personalization. Challenge them with more balanced perspectives, and replace negative self-talk with more compassionate and realistic statements. So if you're just like constantly bringing yourself down, like, and you want to stop, it's going to take more than just your conscious brain to think, oh, like, I want to stop talking shit about myself. You're going to have to challenge your subconscious mind as well, because you've been talking shit to yourself for, however long. And that's what your subconscious is like comfortable with. And so it's going to try and keep you there, which is why it's so important to catch those thoughts when they do come up, and then remind your subconscious that no, like, this isn't the case anymore. This isn't how we're thinking anymore. And this is how we're thinking. You change it, reconstruct it, move forward. Okay. Another good thing is visualization and imagery. So visualize positive outcomes or scenarios to counteract the negative thoughts, instead of like dwelling on, oh, like this could happen, like this negative thing could happen. Okay, think about all the good things that could happen from it, right? This is where mindfulness and meditation comes in. This is something that I love to practice. So I'll give you 3 things that I do when I catch myself slipping. Number 1 is mindfulness and breath work. So taking the time to sit in silence and to let those thoughts come through. If it is about or around a certain like situation or something that happened in my life that I am having a hard time finding the silver lining around, I do a lot of meditation, a lot of silence, and sitting and letting those thoughts run through my brain, and then like catching the ones that are not serving me and then rewiring those in that moment. Breath work is also huge, just taking big deep breaths in and big deep breaths out. Something that's going to calm your central nervous system is the 4-2-4 breath work. So you're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 2, and then out for 4. So it sounds like this. So you're in through your nose for 4, hold for 2, out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw for 4. So I really like that. That calms my central nervous system, and you can do it anywhere. You could do it in the car. You could do it at home. You could do it doing the dishes, just like 6 times all together, and you'll catch yourself kind of calming down. Your brain will kind of calm down. But honestly, you guys, breath work has been such a game changer for me. So can't even like recommend doing and starting some sort of breath work enough. Also, I know that sitting down to meditate and doing breath work is like the last thing that any of us actually wants to do, but it's actually the one thing that is so beneficial, and it's like one of the most important things that I think that everyone should be doing. If everyone meditated, I feel like the world would be like not so crazy, but can't make everyone do it, right? So I also, if I'm having a hard time like controlling my thoughts, will just go on walks outside, or like I went on a run today, and just getting, that fresh air, sun on your face. I typically just like want my thoughts to just go. And so I won't even put music on. I won't put like a podcast on, because I end up not even listening to it because my thoughts are just like going, and I'm having to like reconstruct them and rewire them as they do come in. I also find it very helpful to like journal. So I'll journal, I'll do like a page, and journaling doesn't have to take forever, you guys. Like you could just seriously journal for 5 minutes, and it could be like a short entry, but like getting something on paper feels really good. Also, if you're having like a certain type of situation with somebody and you do have negative emotions that come up or negative thoughts that come up, writing that person that you're in this conflict with a letter, not sending the letter, but just it's an exercise that I really like to do. And you just write out everything, and you could be as mean as you want and negative as you want. And then you take that paper and you either burn it or you rip it up and throw it away in a trash can outside. So those are some things that I personally like to do when I catch myself in a negative thought loop. And I hope that they help. If you are interested in working with me in mentorship or one-on-one sessions, or you want to join the Quantum Leaping Over Obstacles class, I will place those links in the show notes below. So make sure you go check that out. And I hope that you liked this episode and you learn how to, reconstruct your thoughts, and learn why it's important to control your thoughts and how big of an impact our thoughts have on our lives. And I hope that you take some of the tools that I've given you throughout this episode and utilize them, and then reach out to me. Let me know which ones you end up choosing and how you like them. And if working and rewiring your negative self-beliefs or negative thought patterns are something that you struggle with and you would like help working through those, make sure you check out my coaching packages, and I am hoping to hear from you soon. Thank you so much for listening. We'll chat soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you, please make sure you leave a rating and review. Like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Kayla Cakes, at KAELA CAKES. Visit my website at mikaelaryanfilar.com to find out more about my coaching services. All of these links are in the show notes below. Make sure you tune in for next week's episode. New episodes are out every Tuesday and Friday. Chat soon.